Now I want to talk about fat loss and obesity, because this is pretty darn interesting in and of itself. There was a study published in Life Sciences that once again took a look at rats, and it gave them either 6 milligrams of nicotine per kilogram of body weight or 12 milligrams per kilogram of body weight. They found overall that weight gain reduced in all groups that used the nicotine, but not in a control group that didn't use the nicotine. They also saw a reduction in plasma insulin by 22%. Mechanistically, can't really tell you why that's happening. It might have to do with mitochondrial function. It might have to do more with energy utilization, energy expenditure. There's a number of different theories as to why this could be going on. But we have to look at another paper that takes a look at overfeeding rats to help us understand what could be going on. This study was published in Endocrinology, and it took a look at rats that were on a high-fat diet, caloric surplus, 45% of calories from fat, or a diet with 10% calories from fat. And they were trying to make the mice obese. Okay, so they did this for 8 weeks. 6 weeks into this time period, they added in nicotine at a couple different dosages. What they found is that the nicotine ended up dramatically reducing the food intake of the rats, but it also reduced their overall weight, reduced their body fat percentage, and maintained their lean body mass. Extremely exciting stuff to show that, okay, there's a preservation effect, but there's a specific fat loss effect. And when you dig deep into the literature on this, you see the couple potential mechanisms. There's a reduction of what's called fatty acid synthase, which, just like the name implies, synthesizes fatty acids. It synthesizes fat, right? So if you have a reduction in fatty acid synthase, metabolically, you might store less visceral fat, you might store less body fat, and definitely less liver fat in that particular case, because that's where fatty acid synthase really works a lot. Very promising there. There was also a decrease in AMPK at the hypothalamic level and an increase in phosphorylation systemically. AMPK is like our marker of a deficit, right? So like if the brain is registering that we're in a deficit, it's not as good, but if the body's registering that we're in a deficit, it's great, right? So overall AMPK phosphorylation went up, meaning the body was in quote unquote more of a deficit in upregulating processes that would normally upregulate if you were eating less. Things like autophagy, things like fatty acid oxidation, yada yada. All these metabolic benefits.